Several weeks ago, in a live broadcast, I used the word dictator to describe Captain Ibrahim Traore.
Wagwan, my Jamaican family, and once again welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is the Yardi Reacts. If it is for the first time you are checking me out, kindly subscribe, like and share to my YouTube channel. And to my returning subscribers, I do want to say thank you very much for the love and support you are always giving and to me. Whereby today guys, we dive in onto this video as it is a speech made by the Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness, and whereby here he is apologizing to the president of Burkina Faso, Mr. Ibrahim Traore, for calling him a dictator. So I want you guys to watch this entire video to the end, and I'll be back with more. I hope you are going to enjoy the video.
Fellow Jamaicans, brothers and sisters across the African continent, distinguished members of the international community, and most importantly, Captain Ibrahim Traore, President of the Transitional Government of Burkina Faso. I come before you with a heart that is heavy, but also open. I come not to speak as a man defending himself, but as a leader willing to acknowledge fault. And I come not to diminish my office, but to honor it by admitting a truth that all leaders at some point in their journey must face. Sometimes we misspeak, sometimes we misjudge, and sometimes we must apologize. Several weeks ago, in a live broadcast, I used the word dictator to describe Captain Ibrahim Traore. That single word has echoed far beyond my intention. It has stirred emotions, fueled debates, and created tension between Jamaica and Burkina Faso, two nations whose histories should unite them, not divide them. And tonight, I am here to say plainly and sincerely, I regret those words. I take responsibility for them, and I offer my heartfelt apology. When I spoke that day, I spoke with conviction. I spoke as a leader who believes deeply in the values of democracy, values that Jamaica has held close for decades. I spoke from a place of concern, but I failed to speak from a place of understanding. Conviction without compassion is dangerous. Principles without perspective can wound. And in calling Captain Traore a dictator, I crossed the line between principled critique and personal disrespect. It was not my role to reduce a fellow leader, especially one facing immense challenges in his homeland, to a single word that carries such weight, such judgment, and such finality. Yes, I believe in democracy. Yes, I believe in elections, in parliaments, in institutions that protect the will of the people. But I also believe in respect. Respect for the paths that nations choose. Respect for the burdens leaders carry. And respect for the struggles that shape their choices. Captain Traore, in my choice of words, I failed to extend that respect, and for that, I am sorry. To the people of Burkina Faso, you are a nation of resilience. You are a people who have endured colonization, coups, poverty, and the ongoing threat of violent extremism. And yet, you stand proud, you stand tall. You continue to fight for a future that is free, independent, and dignified. Your leader, Captain Traore, took power in a time of crisis. He is young, yes, but he is bold. He faces a reality most of us cannot imagine, an ongoing war with forces that seek to destabilize and destroy. While the world debates, he acts. While others hesitate, he makes decisions. I may not share his methods, I may not embrace his path, but I must recognize his courage. And I must respect the fact that his people look to him not only as a ruler, but as a symbol of their fight for sovereignty. When I labeled him a dictator, I failed to honor that reality. I spoke too quickly, too harshly, without the humility that every leader owes to another who walks the hard road of governance. My fellow Jamaicans, I also owe you this truth. Leadership is not about never making mistakes. Leadership is about admitting them when they happen and correcting them before they cause further harm. When I called Captain Traoré a dictator, I did so with the belief that I was defending democracy. But in doing so, I risked damaging Jamaica's reputation as a nation of respect, as a nation that values dialogue over division, and as a nation that stands for unity among the peoples of the global South. We are a small island, but we are a proud one. Our voice on the international stage matters, and when we use that voice carelessly, the world listens not to our wisdom, but to our mistakes. Tonight, I want Jamaicans to know this. Your Prime Minister is not above apology. Your Prime Minister is not above reflection. And your Prime Minister is not too proud to say, I was wrong. To Africa, our ancestral home, our mother continent, I extend this apology with even deeper sincerity. Jamaica is tied to Africa by blood, by history, by spirit. The chains of slavery that bound our ancestors were forged in Africa. The songs of freedom that carried us through struggle were inspired by Africa. And the strength that keeps us alive today flows from the same river that nourishes you. How then could I, as the leader of a nation built on the resilience of Africans, use words that divide rather than unite? How could I, even in defense of democracy, fail to show empathy to a brother leader navigating storms beyond my imagination? I do not take lightly the pain my words may have caused across the continent, and I stand before you to repair, not to wound, to build, not to break. Some will ask, why apologize? Why retract words once spoken? Isn't it weakness? No, it is strength. It is strength to stand firm when you are right, but it is even greater strength to step back when you are wrong. Pride may win applause in the moment, but humility builds trust for generations. I apologize, not because I was forced, not because I was pressured, but because it is right, and because the relationship between Jamaica and Africa is too important to be clouded by careless words. Captain Traoré, allow me to speak to you directly. I may not walk your path, but I respect the road you travel. I may not lead your people, but I respect the burden you carry. I acknowledge your courage in standing against forces that seek to weaken your nation. I acknowledge your determination to assert independence in a world where small nations are often pressured and dismissed. And I acknowledge that while we may disagree, I should never have dismissed your leadership with a single word. I extend my hand to you not as an adversary, but as a brother, not as a critic, but as a fellow leader. I hope you will accept this apology, not as weakness, but as an invitation to dialogue, to partnership, to mutual respect. What do I hope comes from this apology? I hope it sparks a deeper conversation between Jamaica and Burkina Faso. I hope it reminds the world that our nations, though small in size, are large in spirit and capable of setting an example of humility and reconciliation. I hope it reminds leaders everywhere that words matter, that we must wield them carefully, not recklessly. That in an age where every statement is amplified across the globe, humility is no longer optional, it is essential. And most of all, I hope it builds a bridge between Kingston and Ouagadougou, a bridge between the Caribbean and Africa, a bridge strong enough to withstand the storms of politics, built not on pride, but on respect. My fellow Jamaicans, citizens of Burkina Faso, members of the global community, tonight I stand before you not as a man without fault, but as a man willing to admit fault. To Captain Ibrahim Traore, I say again, I am sorry. To the people of Burkina Faso, I am sorry. To the people of Jamaica, I am sorry. To Africa, to the Caribbean, to the world, I am sorry. May we move forward not with resentment, but with reconciliation. Not with division, but with dialogue. Not with arrogance, but with humility. Because in the end, leadership is not about always being right. It is about always striving to do what is right. Thank you. May God bless Jamaica. May God bless Burkina Faso. And may God bless all nations striving for peace, dignity, and unity.
Welcome back, guys. I hope you've watched this entire video to the end and you have heard whatever the Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness has had to say on to the President of Burkina Faso, Mr. Ibrahim Traore. And I hope you have enjoyed the video. And to it, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe, like, and share to my YouTube channel. And to my returning subscribers, I do want to say thank you very much for the love and support you are always giving unto me. And so we dive in onto it, whereby you have heard on to yourselves the Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness apologizing to Ibrahim Traore, the President of Burkina Faso, mainly because it is said he called or addressed Ibrahim Traore as a dictator. And in this matter, I just want to ask, who do you think is a dictator between Andrew Holness and Ibrahim Traore? Mainly because if we look at the history of Ibrahim Traore, he is a man whom has been serving his country as a military, and after it, he went on and he became the president of the Burkina Faso, a country that was once categorized as the poorest country in Africa, and now it is a country that it's emerging and growing itself, you know, after they have received their current president Ibrahim Traore. And as we know, people have been talking about Burkina Faso until they got their president, a president whom has cared about them, a president whom has worked for them and is still working for them. You know, he's still even inventing of a lot of things in Burkina Faso, so as Burkina Faso can be a great country. Yeah, so my question is, whom between these two do you think is a dictator? Mainly because if we look into the story, or rather dive into the story of Andrew Holness being the Prime Minister of Jamaica, not only being the Prime Minister, he is serving another term of being the Prime Minister of Jamaica. But in this case, we go round and round hearing Jamaicans complaining about him, on how he is oppressing Jamaicans, on how he is a puppet leader to the West country leaders, and on how he is full of corruption in him, you know, so between them. But in this case, you know, he just accepted it and he has come around and he has apologized to Abai. I want to give full credit onto it, for, you know, when you accept your mistakes, definitely means you are, like you are reconciling with it. And to it, for each and every case, and what I know about Ibrahim Traore is that he is one of the greatest leaders found in Africa. A leader whom I can categorize with Mia Motley. A leader whom I can categorize with a lady like Naledi Pandor, you know, the president of Guyana, and other leaders whom I've seen working for people and caring for the people that they are serving, you know. That is whom Ibrahim Traore is. So coming around with such kind of, you know, cases and giving him names, or rather calling him names like being a dictator, that man ain't a dictator, and dictatorship is not in his even genes, mainly because you have seen how loyal the people surrounding Ibrahim Traore are. His bodyguards, you know, the people working for him are very much loyal. How many times have, you know, the West tried to assassinate Ibrahim Traore through his workers, his bodyguards, but they will go on to him and tell him this is and this and this is going on. They want to do this unto you. You know, like this man, when it comes to assassination, he has dodged them. It's because of the loyalty his people have got for him. But and unless just to pass around and hear something positive concerning the Prime Minister of Jamaica, it's so rare. It's very, very much rare. Every time now and then we will hear people of Jamaica complaining about their Prime Minister, crying about their Prime Minister. He is a sellout. He is selling their beaches to the foreigners. He is doing this and this. You know, a leader whom it's like he doesn't care about the people. All he cares is filling his pockets, and mainly because it might be his last term serving as the Prime Minister. And we know he is the leader of the JLP party. A leader whom will go to an extent of taking his wife and appointing the wife to be the Speaker of the Parliament. So when there is, cases like these, it will be handled, for your wife is the one whom is serving as the Speaker of the members of the Parliament. Yeah. So for this speech that he has made onto this video, it does make sense. And I'm very, very much glad he realized his mistakes and he has reconciled onto it and even apologized to the president of Burkina Faso, Mr. Ibrahim Traore. For that, I do give him and also clap for him, for he has done what a good leader quality has, Yeah. These are the qualities of being a good leader. And when he continues doing these and more, then I guess the Jamaican people are going to love him. The Jamaican people are going to love him. But when he continues with this behavior that he has got, I don't think there is a place this man is heading to, rather than downfall. So guys, I need to know whatever you think about this amazing video. Let's come around, share our thoughts throughout the comment section so we can get to interact and know what you think, and mainly because your opinion does matters to us every day. Thank you very much guys for following up the video with me. I was your host, Yadi Reacts. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe, like and share to my YouTube channel. And to my returning subscribers, I do want to say thank you very much for the love and support you are always giving unto me. Always remember to link me up through my next videos. All I do want to say is peace out there.